Oh, hello. This is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. I had a friend, and I will call him Tom for the purpose of this video. He always tried to tell me all the different things that you can do with a wok. He told me that one thing I definitely should try is to make soup in a wok. I was not quite convinced until I gave it a try. And then I realized that he is totally correct. So in this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to make a cream of broccoli soup in a wok. I make a soup without any recipes. I use my templates-based cooking. I put together several templates to make this soup. Okay, so let's go into the kitchen to see what we can do. The first thing I'm going to do after I enter into the kitchen is to thaw out some shrimp, which I'm going to use to garnish the soup. I'm also going to thaw out some bacon for the same purpose. Both of them should be thawed out in about 10 minutes. During this period, I went through the refrigerator and I found some broccoli that I've already prepped. The next ingredient that I need is some thinly sliced carrots, which I have also prepped in advance. The last ingredient that I want is some red onion, and I have some already prepped. The first thing I'm going to do is to fry some bacon. The bacon was already cut up into bite-sized pieces. I'm going to fry them and to use them as garnish on top of the soup.
Oh, you got a fish?
I'm using my large 14-inch cast iron wok to fry the bacon. After the bacon is done, I transfer them and set them aside to be used later. To make the soup, I'm going to first stir fry the vegetables because that will give them better flavor. I use about 1 cup of carrot and 1 cup of chopped onions. I fry them directly in the bacon fat that left behind. The bacon fat will left great flavor for the soup. After stir fry the onion and carrot for about 10 or 15 seconds, I add 10 cups of broccoli. The large capacity of the wok is great for stir fry all these ingredients. I don't think there's any other cooking utensil can do this better. The reason that I can cook this soup dish without using any recipe because I'm using my basic vegetable stir fry template in this part of the cooking process. This is the advantage of templates-based cooking. Because I am already familiar with my templates, therefore I know what to expect during the cooking process. Since there's a lot of broccoli in the wok, it depletes the oil rapidly as the florets suck up the oil. So I will add more oil to make sure there's enough oil to properly fry the broccoli. So at this point of the cooking process, I just use my normal vegetable stir-fry template to cook the vegetable in such a way that to create as much flavor as possible. The next step is to cook down the vegetable to create the soup, and the approach to that is by adding water to the wok. I am now using a different template, which is a template to create soup. So what I am doing now is that I am combining these two templates together. I continue to add more water to cook down the vegetable, and then I cover the wok with a glass cover. After cooking the contents for about 10 minutes, I look at the texture of the broccoli to make sure that it has reached what I would like them to be before I start to homogenize them. Next, I use my basic seasoning mix to flavor the soup. This seasoning mix is designed to enhance the natural flavor of the food ingredients. If you want to know more about the components in this seasoning mix, you can take a look at this video. This seasoning mix is a great substitution for using chicken stock. I then turn the heat setting to low and simmer the contents for another 5 minutes. I'm going to use a immersion mixer to homogenize the contents to create a smooth soup. The immersion mixer works really well. The only thing I need to pay attention is that to make sure the head part of the mixer are fully submerged in the soup. This will prevent any content from spilling out of the wok. Here is a mishap as I moved the immersion mixer too close to the edge of the wok. The immersion mixer works really well. In about 1 minute or so, I was able to homogenize the soup completely. I can control the texture of the soup by using the immersion mixer for a longer period of time if I want it to be smoother, or if I want it to be a little bit coarse, then I will use it for the shorter time period. To create a creamy texture for the soup, I'm going to add about half cup of heavy whipped cream. You can use half and half as well. You just have to add a little bit more. Or you can omit it completely. If it's up to me, I probably will omit the cream, but my wife enjoys it, so I decided I will include it in the soup. Next, I'm going to add some cheese to the soup. I'm going to use 3 types of cheese. The first cheese I'm using is a combination of a Kobe Jack cheese. I use this cheese combination because I simply have them available to me at the time, and you could use any cheese that you would like. I know cheddar is another popular choice. Next, I'm going to add some Parmesan cheese. My wife loves Parmesan cheese, and I have some available in the refrigerator. After stirring the content to mix the cheese into the soup is ready, and I'm going to set it aside so that I will cook the shrimp next to garnish the soup. I'm going to cook the shrimp with my basic shrimp stir-fry template. First, I'm going to coat the shrimp with cornstarch. Since I'm familiar with this template, I don't need to follow any recipes. I'm going to cook the shrimp in my Cuisinart 14-inch stainless steel wok. I'm going to cook the shrimp with a shallow fry technique. Since the shrimp has been coated with cornstarch, it will give it a light breading, and that will add some texture to the soup. It takes only about a minute to cook the shrimp, and now the shrimp is ready, and I'm going to serve the soup. I first serve the soup into a large serving plate. This is a significant portion because I'm going to use this as a dinner. Next, I'm going to garnish it with some bacon. As you can see that in this dish, I cook the bacon separately to achieve the texture that I want. I like the bacon to be crispy, so it will add to the flavor of the soup. Next, I'm going to transfer the shrimp that I have. Again, I cook them separately so I can fully control the texture of the shrimp. Lastly, I'm going to garnish the soup with some additional Parmesan cheese. As my wife often said, there never will be too much Parmesan cheese. This soup turned out to be great. I used a set of template to create this soup, so I know what to expect, and I really have fun. I don't think I would do this on a regular basis, but it is great to introduce diversity into our everyday meal. I have a lot of fun making soup in the wok. It turned out that the wok is perfect for this purpose because of its wide opening. Another great advantage of the wok is because of its bowl shape. So the wok is very scalable. You can make a small portion of soup as well as make a large portion for a party. Now the cream of broccoli soup that I make in this video is the result of combination of several different templates. I first used my vegetable stir-fry template basically to cook the vegetables, which include broccoli, carrots, and onions. And by stir-frying them in a wok, I'm able to create better flavor. And then I use my creamy soup template, which what I would call it, to create the type of texture that I want in this soup. Lastly, to cook some shrimp to garnish the soup, to make it into a full meal, I use my basic shrimp stir-fry template. Template-based cooking works really well because your familiarity with the template allow you to predict what is going to turn out. So when I make this creamy broccoli soup, I do not use any recipe. Instead, from my templates, I'm able to construct a dish. That is based on my personal preference as well as my availability in my refrigerator. So I would recommend you to give this a try. It is very easy. Once you master the basic steps, you can make almost any type of creamy soup you want by making simple substitutions. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the information in this video, please like, subscribe, and share. See you next time.